Aliya and her new robot, 6, are on the trail of the missing roboticist Janiki Ramba. A shard of crystal found on the farming moon of Maersi took them to a lonely rock where Ramba had hidden a cache of finds, including a purple robe lined with ancient symbols. Impossible as it seems, the robe appears to have originated from somewhere deep in the wild, whirling heart of the cyclones. Hello everyone, I am the plane shifter phasing to the universe of Heaven's Vault. The Cyclone's Eyes Moon. Yes, we're gonna explore this as thorough as we can. Hopefully we can trigger again the Headless 6. And then we're going straight to Iox. I'm not sure I'm gonna give the crown to Miari. Perhaps Rainbow is waiting for us just around this corner. We can hope for him back to the Nightingale, and this chapter of my life will be done. Perhaps, mistress. Perhaps we can all hope. Hold it. 6. What is that?
Here, in the middle of the hurricane, there was a house. It was fine. Tucked in below the overhanging rock. Wooden beams, mud brick walls, shutters. Large enough for 2 families to argue over. It would have been measly on Iox and grand on Elbereth. But here, it was impossible.
Someone built this? Buildings do not occur naturally, mistress. How did Janiki find it? I hope we can ask him, mistress. So are robots capable of hope? Certainly. We calculate odds, of course. But even the most unlikely outcomes must always eventually occur. Hope is a mathematical certainty. I like that. The mathematics does not care whether you like it or not, mistress. Block of rubble and ruin. This whole place must be slowly peeling away from the cliff. Perhaps you might forego going inside. So what should I do? Just go back to Iox and say we got so far, then we gave up? You don't think she'd send us right back here? I do not think Professor Miari wants to spring your uncle, mistress. I don't think Miari cares about my uncle. And besides, you can always hopper me back to the ship. Is that smoke? That is definitely smoke. Oh, Ramba. That's your ship, isn't it? It must be Ramba. thought he'd blown himself up. Or crashed. Some kind of structure. There's a plant inside. It looks like a shrine. It might help me date this place. Figure out what it is supposed to be. The smoke must be Ramba. Okay. He thought he'd blown himself up. Or crashed. Could vault over the wall here. Vault. Please, mistress. The floor beyond would only give away beneath you. The floor looks like stone to me, 6. So it is heavy and more likely to fall. Maybe that's what's happened to Ramba. He fell through a hole in the floor. Do you see any other way in? Hey, the Alex fell so slow, yeah. I made it slow. I was having trouble keeping up. No, neither do I. I wonder if the ship exploding caused all the damage on the house. I think it was a bit too far away from that. Here goes. I don't see any pieces of ship here. I think this place is just run down by the time. The floor seems sound enough. 6. I lost a robot. Where did the robot go? Look at this place, Aliya. No one would leave here. They couldn't. 6. So a robot abandoned me for once. I'm gonna remark. Walls simply made. Lots of wood. It's having brought here. Brought from Mercy, maybe? No inscription on top of this door? There's several on the other doors.
The ghosts were still here, cooking, reading, doing whatever ghosts do. The house was empty, but it hadn't been abandoned.
Yeah, come on, let me do a question. Why build something as big as this out here? Who was it for? A king. Locked. Or blocked. Or both. Oop, don't go out. Yeah, down there is where all the action happens. Let's stick to this floor for a bit. Let's see what's up here. Ruin and rubble. There's something wedged here. Small book bound in wood. It looks like it dates from the Ioxian Empire. The spine looks like it's inscribed. This one's a blotted piece for an even longer phrase. And I think there's stuff here I don't know. Cool. Gods follow. Doesn't fit. Wet. Save. Okay, this. I don't think you fits there. But if we provide... No, save makes more sense. God saves those. I don't have this word, but this should split. I made a mistake. What? Okay, no 4. So God save those. I think this is who. There I go. God saves those who follow. As the glyphs, but I think it must say save. I'm also certain of those. This is a person symbol, so this is a question, so who? God saves those who follow. Perfect. God saves those who follow. If you only could read the whole volume, a holy book, Chew, yes. If only could he read the whole volume. We already know a little about this period. We should make it easier to find the originating site. Book is bound. Oh. What is this? It's quite different than the rest of the building. Or some kind of telescope? But the position and the bearings are fixed. Ooh, that's something I didn't pay attention at first. Position and bearing is fixed on this thing. Oh. The material is on this is totally wrong. Is it metal? Rubber? It looks like something odd I might have built. I must remember to ask her about it. And there are scratches in the top here. Something fitted inside the frame and was removed by force. Did you take something, Janiki? But if so, what was this then meant to hold? Just don't look down, Aliya. Okay, here. Better go and find where 6 got to. Not yet. Ah, the bedroom. Hardly comfortable. Whoever built this place wasn't worried about making it cozy. And there's an inscription here. It's old, barely visible. Scratched into the plaster. Stranger. Got to the place. Trish arrived. Opposite of end, but makes sense. But I fear him. Stranger arrived, but I fear him. That will do for now. Someone is leaving here, and someone else. Someone had come here. The angle is interesting too. It's crashed by someone lying down. Anything else here? Well, there's a slipper. And there comes 6. Master S. Evidently it is good to see you intact, Master S. How did you get down from that arch? I could not climb over the wall, so I drove myself off the cliff edge. Once I had dug myself out of the sand, I found the door. He just jumped. And are you in one piece? Evidently, Mr. S. This place is empty. No ancient coats here. There's an inscription up here. This one is a broken fragment from an even longer phrase. Water. No. Water, Gather. Bless. Fire. I can add my translation for fire. I got fire. Finally. This is fire. Yeah, when you have the symbols like this, it is like it's isolating the the meaning of this, of the symbol in the middle. So this is fire. The water goddess blesses the fire. By the stars, that was a long one. This is a fireplace after all. Perhaps they were afraid of it burning the house down. Let's remark. The house has been built right up against the rock face. Must have been cold here. Whoever living in this place would have kept their fire burning constantly. I wonder what they did for wood. Well, there is a tree outside. A fire poker. Yeah, stow it. Might be worth something to someone. Like us, in 5 minutes. Another cot. I found one just like this on the floor above. Someone grew too old or too ill to climb back upstairs. So they made up a bed down here instead. Someone died right here, mistress. You sure? The evidence is minor but significant. A person lay on the floor here for some time after death. Remba? No. Whoever died here died scores of years ago. The lack of moisture on this moon has preserved the traces, but they are old. So where are the bones? The person who lay and stayed here was only removed recently. Are you saying Janiki took them? What remained of them? Someone did. Rima found the body. That's horrid. Why would he do that? I am unsure, mistress. Something must have led him to this place. There must have been something here that he needed. That's even more horrid. Yes. Yes, it is. This is a comfortable space. Wide open. Old mistress. I say he tried to do something kind. This looks interesting. Beautifully made. Much nicer than everything else here. I estimate it to be hollow, mistress. There's something inscribed on the lid. Never pass an opportunity to read. Might be a clue as to what is inside. Of course, you could just open it. Treasures of great value. I've got a couple of these words in my notebook, but I can take a chance on what's left. What are the yeah, great and normals here. What's the difference? I mean, no, this is great. This is value. True. Why would the water symbol be used to value? Great is quality, enormous is quantity. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with great. This is treasures. This is what makes more sense, to be honest. Truth. Treasures of great corruption? Yeah. Water is the rivers of the Nebula, so it would be valuable. That's a good point, yes. Joy. I think joy would have the light symbol. Because this is waters of the joyless, basically. Yeah, value is what I'm going to go for here. I'm not going to change anything here. Treasures of great value. Miari will be most excited by this fine mistress. Whatever proves to be inside. Something to put a smile on Miari's face at last. That sounds interesting. I think it's a reliquary. A place to put your belongings when you die. The idea is you get them back when you return. Do people often return from death, mistress? The loop says everyone returns from death. So long as their soul gets back to the rivers. And what do you believe, mistress? Miari believes it. I'm not sure what I believe. Perhaps you require more evidence. Let's see if I can shift it. Curses. I can't even get my fingers under the lid. I might be able to snap the lock. Mistress isn't moving. It's definitely shifting. Here it goes then. Dunk. Let's see.
And there it was, just lying there. The greatest treasure I ever found.
6. Look at this.
From inside the coffer, from the distant past of the Nebula's once great empire. It was a crown.
The ego and soul motive. The ego and sun motive. Just like Janiki's brooch, the mark of the empire. Could this be the crown of Iox itself? What is this crown doing here? Did Janiki bring it here and hide it? I do not think that coffer has been opened in at least 500 years, mistress. But he must have known it was here. Why else come? There's something written along the rim. There's only several words. Of Palace? Don't think Palace fits there. Empire? Sun. Presence. Well, it's split. I think I did something wrong. Forget that then. Oh, I don't have enough words. Crap. Of Empire's present of Sun work. Last crown of the Empire. That one means along the last emperor after the fall of Iox. Could it really be? That box is brutal. Does this crown what Miari wanted us to find? Is this why she sent us out here looking? Rainbow 2 perhaps? Mistress. I will have to tell her, mistress. I have no choice. Yeah. It's because you played it and because it really drags you in. Yeah. Okay, between your last stream of this game and this one, I complete the game thrice. It's because you played it and because it really drags you in. This is a good game, yeah. Without the... But I don't understand why Rambo would have come out here. There's nothing to find. Nothing anymore. But there was a body. This game is good despite what we might complain about some aspects of it. The building won't actually cave in on us, will it? I cannot guarantee that, mistress. I was made by farmers. There's something up here. A blade. A dagger. A little corroded but beautifully crafted. And with an eagle and a sun on the hilt. It seems to be inscribed, mistress. It's impossibly small. Of course, and critique of it makes it richer. Tower that actually makes sense here. And before this doesn't feel right. Towards doesn't fit. Okay. Until death and before. So my translation for birds I don't feel right now. Oh, I got that wrong. Okay. Hopefully I can make some better guesses this time. Fire, give, fight. Makes sense with the fire motif. Fight until death. This makes sense. It's a dagger. So fight until death and beyond. Beyond. I need a better clue about this symbol. I think I had an idea of what it means, but I kind of forgot. Fight until death and beyond. Sounds grim enough. You don't really need an inscription to know what it is, what a sword is for. I saw the dot there, but I still want to look around here. A workbench. Whoever lived here would have needed to be self-sufficient. Then they would have needed water, mistress. There was a tripod up on the roof. Empty now. But it looks like it might have held something once. What kind of something? I would guess a telescope. This must have been some kind of outpost observatory. An interesting theory, mistress. But I cannot imagine what they wanted to observe. I think that symbol represents motion. Yeah, it does, because the one without the two dashes on top does represent motion, but the two dashes on top is confusing me. Anything hiding in the shadows? Certainly there is. I think the one without dash represents the past. So, who lived here? And why? Someone with an ego and Sombroche? Someone connected to Iox, perhaps. It is certainly a lonely spot.
After the dead air of the house, it was good to see the sky again.
You have collected the ancient artifacts here. I am sure Huang will want to catalog them for you. I suggest we take the crown out to the Professor Mayeri directly. We must also inform her of her theories about Remba. May I activate the hopper now, mistress? Not just yet. There must be more to this place. I didn't explore the kitchen area. Yeah, okay. I want to know who lived here, who died here, and what happened to Remba. We have plenty of time. What is a hopper anyway? A short distance teleporter, mistress. But what is a hopper? I mean, what's inside it? An interconnected mesh of quantum. The quantum creates some kind of field which the subject is passed through and dissected via. Mistress, does it matter? Quantum. You're happy enough to fire off the hopper? Even if you don't know how it works? Don't you care what it does to us? It appears to work, mistress. There's the shrine. Assuming it's not an outhouse. The shrine was built here. Is the stone inside from Irc? No, mistress. I do not know where it's from, but Irc does not have stone like that. There's something carved above the door. There's a lot of light there. This is the start of a fragment of text. From dark. I'm sure my translation for dark is right now. Goblet, hide. No, that's not hide. Safety, down. Down. It's light from above. Down from dark. Dusk sunset, down is sunrise. Could be safety. Safety. It's not goblet, it's not hide. Down from... I'm gonna go with safety for now. Down from dark doesn't make sense. Safety from dark. There's enough dark here, certainly. Some kind of blessing, maybe? I think I did it right. We didn't see any shrine houses on my RC like this one here. Not even small ones. Another custom, perhaps? Iox does not permit shrines, mistress. Iox would no doubt remove the Myersian statue if they could work out how to shift it. Let's take another look inside. If we can find out where the shrine came from, maybe we can work whose crown we found. Ah, this place. I could slip through here. I know what this place is. But what is this place? A mansion? Why build a mansion here? There's nothing here. I wonder if this door is jammed. Or if it might open. Ah, the painting. Look at this. Swirls and flows. These are rivers. The detail. It's beautiful. This look like the rivers of Ghost Wake. This must be where the book came from. Is this where the shrine outside comes from? But no one goes to Ghost Wake. Is that an inscription? It seems so. Whoa! Look at the size of this thing. There's a few words in this one. Few? When I die, where's death? Really? Assume for death? Reverse. There's another eye here. I'm curious about that symbol. Ah. Take. Reverse take. Take me where... Whew. I don't think I can translate this. Talk. Just that makes me suspicious this won't work. Hope. There's another eye here. In. Makes more sense. I hope rivers take me where... I think I can at least trigger it to fail. Masters, I do not think you have enough information to read this. When I hope rivers take where talking as many. Drowned by whoever it was who died here? I thought this place was built by people from Mercy. No one comes from Ghost's Wake. No comments on the pottery? I could slip through here. Are you always this adventurous, mistress? I am finding it quite exhausting. You cope somehow.
In the yard behind the house there were tools. Plots of earth, washing hung out to dry. It was like the owner had slipped inside for a quick rucker before they came back to chop more wood. Someone had been building a life on this miserable rock.
Garden beds. Something must have been able to grow here once. Though I can't see how. There was water here before, we just didn't explore the river yet. Six is there, looking impatient. Bone dry. And talking about bones, I'll go there later. That's the most important thing of this place. This is a grave matter, yeah. Some kind of marker. Definitely isn't natural. Something's hanging. A necklace. What are these things? Flat bed? Ceramic? I'm not sure. The stick's all but petrified. It can't even rot out here. But there's something cutting to it. This one is a fractured piece from an even longer phrase. Be silent makes sense. Be silent in death. I'm convincing my translation for silent is correct now. Yeah, this is different from the symbol for sound. This. Be silent in that, and the rest is just ignored. Okay. I've got a good feeling about that. This is a grave. So someone died here. And someone else buried them. But not Remba. The wood's far older than that. Voice is considered divine, unsurprisingly. I wonder if whoever dug that grave believed in the loop like they do on Iox. The loop says that to be reborn, a soul must return to the rivers. Burying someone prevents them from coming back. It's the worst thing you can do to your enemies. It keeps them silent forever. If they had a voice, I wonder what would they have said. Well, I know a place where graves have voices. But I cannot understand what they say. So who's buried aside then? Whoever owned this place first, perhaps? Before it was taken from them. What I don't get is why there is a grave in the first place. Someone followed the emperor and buried him so he wouldn't reincarnate. So 2 people died here. One upstairs, who was buried outside, and then later another by the fire below. I'm just stalling a little bit to see if she has more musings. I'll take that as a no. I think I've explored all I could here. Coming back 6. You found a grave, mistress. I think so. I think someone came to this moon and buried its inhabitant. Can your tracks handle this kind of terrain, 6? Excellently. Whoever designed my tracks appeared to have had this kind of ground in mind. And who did design you? I have no idea, mistress. They did not leave a signature. Seems strange that you don't know. Does it? Who designed your legs? Humans aren't designed. They're just the right shape. How convenient for you. Okay, let's explore this yard. We have discovered enough to exactly locate one new location of interest. The site from the mural. Are you ready to go now, mistress? Don't hassle me. There's so much to explore yet. I can barely see the rivers above. And yet, there is something here. Which makes me wonder, what else is out here, waiting to be found? Mistress, please. We should not linger. If anything were to go wrong out here, we would never be found. Someone would come looking for us. We're out here looking for Janiki, aren't we? Janik is Miyari's friend. Janik is Miyari's friend. You are not. Well, someone else would come for Janiki. Is this channel natural? You don't think it is? Dug out. There must be a wellspring here. A feeble one. One that requires every drop to be used. Water would have run down the channel. Right past the house. Imagine having a stream of your own. Not a bad way to live. If you can withstand the soul-crushing loneliness. Someone lived out here. They irrigated the land, prayed. Here, in the eye of the cyclones. Some kind of hermit? There's another logic in here. The last emperor could have veered the hermit living originally to avoid the hermit from reincarnating. All this to remain hidden. That's another good theory. Yes. I don't remember finding this description. And it's massive, but probably just because New Game Plus. This is broken off. Whew, I don't know where to begin with this thing. Oh wow. That's a should. That could be me and us. Another should. Where is the B? This is not warm. This is not warm. This should be cold. Should I ruin nothing? Okay, to the inscriptions. How can I? I don't think I have that word in somewhere I can switch it. It's kind of annoying. Holy goddess of the fields. Solvable. I need solvable. Okay, let's try again this one. Let's. I know that the translation is wrong, but let's confirm it's wrong. No, that's not future. It's wood. B, another wood. Where is we? We are here. And me, I have this word, don't I? Sun. And okay, sun. Sun given it that's wrong. True given present. It's not even doing a wrong. If do a wrong, thank you. If you have a symbol at the start, maybe. Okay, if doesn't work as I expected. You fit there, go. It sun Steven. Stay there. One. Me and through me and we. That doesn't make much sense. There we go. But I managed to split. Sun, it. Wow, it's warm. I guess it's not very hot. It's warm. Narrow, close, if, how. That doesn't make much sense. Rows going. There is no upwards, but there's this shown. If sun shone, it would. Shine through me and we. I get it. If sun shone, it would shine through me and we would be warm. It's on a window. The sun would shine through the window and we would be warm. It's weird, but it works. Drink of whole water that the goddess provides. Okay. Unsolved, solved. Oh, okay. I don't have any more solvable. Anyway, that worked. I should just have insisted on translating. An inscription on the rock. That's new. There's something carved into the rock here. This is two words, not one. Words, not one. Well, where does one word end and the other and the next starts? Bless plants. Makes sense. I can add mathematics for plants to my dictionary now. Yay! Bless the plants. A devotional inscription. To keep the water flowing. Not the sort of thing an important Ioxian carves with a pocket knife. Perhaps the description is older. There is another inscription. This is the end of a longer line of text. That's deaf. Palace, never. Done something wrong. Emperors, never. And that just... Emperor, never. Die. Right. I'm off to sleep. Enjoy the Translation Simulator Plus. Alright. See you. Good night. Does emperors never die make sense? Emperors here? What are emperors doing out here? According to legend, the last emperor disappeared after Iox fell. He didn't die there with everyone else. Are you suggesting he came here? Why not? It would explain a few things. Not least that crown. So the last emperor killed the hermit who lived here. Then the emperor buried them in the dirt. That makes sense. We only know that the emperor outlived them. We do not know there was a murder. The emperors of Iox were all devout believers in the loop. To bury someone outside instead of returning them to the rivers to be reborn. That's what you do to your worst enemy. If the emperor was hiding here, perhaps he did not want anyone returning to find him. Stone pedestal with someone in it. It's Kibenya from Mercy. The site was linked to Mercy then. That's somehow Roramba found it. It's the goddess from Mercy, isn't it? Mistress, you can recognize her by her hat. The shrine is made of stone. But it's not the same stone as the moon itself. It is as old as the building. The outer structure is certainly, but the stone pillar, no. The buildings here are significantly older than the pillar. Brought by a little occupant then. Whoever it was who buried the original occupant, maybe. Moving it to this moon must have been difficult. Perhaps this is from the moon goat's wakes we saw on the map. Perhaps so, mistress. But if so, it has walked a long way to be here. So why did the last emperor draw a map to the site from the mural? Wishing for some kind of peace as he lay dying? The emperors believe in the loop, mistress. But to be reborn, you must be burned. Unlike all those before him, the last emperor faced through death. Perhaps the emperor drew the map to tell his soul where to go. Burned, huh? Simply fashioned. Not a treasure, a functional item. That should tell us a little more about this place. There's an inscription on it. The precision required for this. Alright. This one is a phrase run together. Goddess. Make. As I can think of. Could still change my mind, but goddess make. Isn't there something behind this thing? Maybe I think about the things on the emperor's grave. Emperor on the graveyard. But if Remba found the body of the last emperor on that moon near Marcy, why was he hiding the robes and sending Miari brooches? It seems clear he considered it a great secret. Why would someone wish to conceal that that the last emperor had not been returned to the rivers? Perhaps because someone claims to be the emperor returned? Does anybody claims to be the emperor reborn? Not publicly. But the university, as you know, has its priesthood. They allocate powers as they see fit. Rainbow was a dedicated member, as is Professor Miari. Are you saying Miari claims to be an actual emperor? I do not know her. But if she did, I'm gonna ask her directly. What would a discovery such as Rainbow's mean for her? It'd be dark in there. Ramba? Nothing. Okay, I was trying to trigger the Headless 6 cutscene. Cutting in the rock. The smoke is this way. By all the moons and waters. It's a ship. I mean, it was a ship. Can we be sure this was Janik's ship? No, mistress. But the circumstantial evidence is very strong. Did someone blast it from the sky? Really, mistress? That seems speculative, to say the least. What could do that? Eagles are supposed to breathe fire, aren't they? There are no eagles, mistress, as you all know. Obviously, it exploded on attempting to rise from the surface, mistress. The mangled pieces rained down at high velocity, ricocheted, and buried themselves into the dust. In short, I am surprised there is anything left. Janiki? Most likely not. Remba didn't hop her down. He landed his boat. Tried to. Or else he wasn't able to return. There are traces of explosive propellant, mistress. I suspect Master Remba attempted to detonate himself off the surface of the moon. I wonder why Remba didn't use a hopper to get down here. Landing his ship must have been almost impossible. Professor Miari told us he had no robot with him. So what do we do now? Return to Iox and inform Professor Miari, mistress. I suppose. I always assumed we would find Remba. I assume. I don't know. I assume we'd find something. Not just wreckage. We have found something, mistress. But what this place is and why it is important. Perhaps you can take the matter up with Remba in the next life, mistress. Blackened. Presumably the ship was still burning as it fell. The fire here must have burned up a lot of air. The remaining atmosphere is thin, mistress. Still, I believe the fire was extinguished before it consumed the whole ship. This was the hole. It must have been an explosion, mistress. Enough to be seen on my RC. And Janiki? Mistress, there is no hope. Janik must have been sailing when it fell. He cannot possibly have survived. What I can't figure out is this. What was Rimba doing finding ancient sites? He must have been following some kind of trail. Mistress. But now that trail began, and where it leading him, must unclear. Where were you hiding, Remba? A good question, mistress. But he cannot hear you. Is there a way down? There might be more clues down there. I do not believe it would be wise, mistress. Indeed, I believe it would be quite the opposite. Obviously, the building is at least 700 years old. How do you work that out? I have been observing the rate of weathering on the stones, mistress. Extrapolating, this building is older than the founding of the Holy Empire on Iox. You know, 6, back on Iox. They say nothing is older than the Empire. That the Empire and the Fall are all that has ever been. If Iox does not believe in history, what is they think you do? Iox believe in the loop. They believe what has happened will happen again. They think I'm out discovering the future. Six, what do you know about the Loop Temple? I know little of the Loop, Mistress. The Loop priests claim that life is a great cycle. They believe that what happens has happened before. Literally happened? Do you think we've had this conversation before? I believe that is the idea, Mistress. Is it true? The probability of it is incalculable, Mistress. There is no meaningful data. There's something rigid under here. Since you have survived the fire, please don't be an arm. It is not an arm. A scratched brass coin engraved with a glyph. Dating from the earliest Empire period? This must have been aboard Janik's ship. Another of his finds. I don't recognize the face. No Emperor I know. And there's some inscribed small characters in ancient script. It hurts my eyes to try and read them. I do not know these words. This one is a fractured fragment from an even longer phrase. Me, do not. This doesn't feel right. Me, do not. I believe you are correct with do not, Mistress, so that other is wrong. What's a double negative in this? Do not deny, activate, suffer. Read. Do not activate me. Do not break me. Do not suffer me. Do not deny me. That's a tough one. I don't think it's activate because there's the negative. The inversion thing here. So it would be deactivate. Could be deny. Break, I think we would use other symbols like unmake. I'm gonna go with deny. Do not deny me. Do not deny me. That you do for now. I think this comes from the same place as the roll of paper and the pen that we discovered on the site of Remba's cache. It must have been common to travel between these two sites. It must have burned for days. What do we tell Miyari? The truth, surely, mistress. Janik is gone. This channel comes up from the rock. The wellspring must be down there somewhere. The spring is dead now, mistress. And you are breathing the last air this moon has to offer. Janik is not here, mistress. Neither is anyone else. Are you ready to go yet? We still have more to do here. Maybe I should have gone. I really hope I still have an opportunity to trigger. Six thingamajig. There's nothing we can do here, 6. Nothing at all. I think I was throwing off. Alright. Take us back to the ship. 6. Just stand by, mistress. Ah, nice.
Darkness.
This is not the nightingale. 6. I hate robots. I hate them. They always do this kind of thing. Right before they give you the speech about how it was for your own good. Mistress, you were about to step on a small ant. My ethical core required me to lock you inside this packing crate. It's cold in here. There you are. Where is your head? Miyari. Professor, is that you? There is no one here. You are quite alone. You might confess your lie quite safely. What lie? You are not what you claim. I know this, Miari. You asked me to look, and I found so much. So who am I? You are just what you appear to be, and nothing more. Am I talking to Remba? There isn't time. I found something. Something that matters more than your lies. Lexi, there is a great darkness. An all-consuming hungry darkness. And it is coming. Darkness. There is an ancient place, Miari. An observatory. It is watching and it holds the wires of our fate in its claws. What fate? The loop is a lie. As you know, I will find it before the vault is lost. The robots know, but they don't remember. Someone long ago made something that they would not remember. Remember, how do I help you? You have my apologies, mistress. I do not understand the question. What were we talking about? Nothing, mistress. We have maintained a companionable silence for several minutes. Let's see if we can get out of here. Wherever here is. This way, mistress. You don't remember how we ended up in here? Hoppers can misfire due to imperfections, mistress. The eye aboard your ship's quite old. And no one called you just now? Evidently not, mistress. Strange. I see where you are now. Although I still don't see how we got in there. We have acquired more intriguing artifact here, the scratched coin. We have also collected initial evidence of one more new location, an unknown moon. Are you ready to go now, mistress? You think it will work properly now? I thought it would work last time, but I do not see much alternative. Shall I use the hopper again, mistress? Let's get out of here. Be ready, mistress. And so we left the surface of the ruined Hermitage moon near Marcy, with enough information to locate a new site. Solved, unsolved. Do I have solvable? No, I do not. Ooh, there's a lot of unsolved stuff. A desolate rocky moon in the eye of the cyclones. Is the home of ancient cult? Had an emperor lived here, or a hermit? Aboard the Nightingale, we should sail to Iox and tell Miari what we've seen, and I'm sure she wants to see the crown. Let's go. But just look at this thing. The workmanship is beautiful. Evidently it's more than a simple crown. Mistress. You're sure? I believe the metal is a casement for a mechanism of some kind. A mechanism? What kind of mechanism? Without opening it up, I cannot tell. Maybe I will be able to make something of it. I am certain the professor will be most interested. The actual crown of the empire. I think so, anyway. It's beautiful enough. But that doesn't explain what Remba was doing with it. From the marker outside in the Hermitage Moon near Marcy. I still don't know what it is made of. She looks at home here. But presumably she was fashioned on Marcy. I wonder if the Marsians want it back. The robogenic head. I wonder if you'll ever know what is so special about this robe. The fabric appears to be of significant age. Is it the kind of robe that would need a brooch to hold it? Indeed it is, mistress. I would go so far as to say I can detect the pinholes, mistress. Look out there. It seems to go on forever. Mistress. Look out there, 6. Evidently, it is indeed beautiful, mistress. I'm going to rest. I'm not going to rest. I'm going to take to the river. But first, let me refill my water. There we go. I placed the water filter in my bedroom. Practical. This water filter is not very good though. Let's take to the river. I read the ropes, mistress. Aside from the mural, no. We're going to Iox. And we sail. The Cyclone, sailing to Iox in space with the wires and the verdant pass. Six, what happened to the river? I do not know, mistress. We are hardly sane, but we are moving. The rivers are stronger here, mistress. I am hoping for explorable ruins. Yes, we are in a rapid. Let's hope that was the way we wanted to go. Of course it was. Why it wouldn't be? So many rapids here. We're not through it yet. No ruins so far. The path turns right. Okay. Question. What are the River Six? Flows of oxygen, hydrogen, ice. Their velocity keeps them coherent. So why do the rivers wend? Why aren't they straight? Good questions. I do not have enough data, mistress. People here needs to do more science. Why does the water swirl mixed with wine? When mixed with wine? Evidently, it's most mysterious. A wreck. I would guess it dates from the early days of the Nebula. I would guess it's from the early days of the
The
Nebula.
robot
Masters.
hoppered away, and I was alone. Then it came back.
I recovered a brass compass embossed with a depiction of a circle. I wonder how long it's been there. The case has been covered with characters, mistress. Here you go. This is one end of a broken fragment of text. Follow me if follow me if you I believe I remember the word F, I believe I remember the word F, mistress. Okay, my other F is wrong. So follow me if you... Should not, no. Defend it. Follow me if you can. Brass compass, makes sense. Follow me if you can. I think that's right. Action space. You need to turn right ahead, mistress. Right has been turned. Set us down 6. For the first time, I returned to Iox. I should tell Professor what happened to Remba.
After the empty house in the cyclones, Iox felt positively busy.
Look at this place 6. It looks modern, but it is ancient. Here and there, bits of the architecture go back thousands of years. There's a lot to explore here. Mary should be up in her office. Let's go talk to her, and then we can explore. Is there an inscription on this tesseract thing? It's probably a symbol of authority. Good fate to you. I am sure Professor Miari will be most keen to see the crown, mistress. Don't want to part with it. It is a wonderful piece, but the professor will be most impressed, I am sure. Doesn't even believe in history. Think of what we might learn from it. What Miar doesn't know can hurt her. Mistress, do I understand that you are considering stealing the crown? Stealing? You really think it belongs to Miari? To the university and posterity. I have no choice but to report as mistress. Miari is my primary user. Okay then. Great. Maybe I should have visited Oroi first. Well, let's see what's gonna happen. Aliya, you're back. But I don't know if I want to ask what you found. I'll tell you. For what good it will do. He's dead, Professor. His ship blew up as he tried to leave an off-river moon. Interesting. You're certain? Let's answer. We are quite certain, Professor. Did you go anywhere except Mercy, Aliya? We followed his trail. That's how we found his ship. It will be my full report, Professor. But Rimbar appeared to be investigating an abandoned hermitage half-river. And you followed him. What did you find there? Rimbar left us a message? Yes. Rimbar left us as a message. Mistress. Go on. The helper malfunctioned. And then there was a robot. It spoke to me. I fear my mistress is now dissembling, Professor. Talk to Ata and I. Sliset. Go on, Aliya. Sliset, silence. You said you weren't who you claim. And did that make any sense to you? Does it make sense to you? No? Poor Ramba. He was never the most stable character. Someone had lived out there once. We found a ruined building. A hermit from IRC, I think. Nothing more? There was the crown, of course. A crown? Let me see it. This is what we found on that moon. Beautiful. Do you know what it is? Something from Iox past. There was only ever one crown on Iox. To have found it would be remarkable. It's only a crown. This is almost certainly the crown of the emperors of Iox, lost when Iox fell. As you should know, I might add. I can imagine you lifting this from the ashes of the last emperor himself. And yet, Remba found him, a roboticist. Embarrassing. I wonder how he did it. So you're going to keep it? It belongs on Iox, of course. Aliya, this is your moment. Off you go and enjoy it. Professor, have you heard anything about an ancient laboratory? Observatory? That's a curious question. It's something Remba talked about in the message he left for me. To find an observatory. Mistress, I was not aware of this. Interesting. Please, Aliya. Leave me to think, my dear. I don't think these books are written in ancient. One last thing, Aliya. Tell me honestly. How are you finding your new companion? Are you working well together? I'll lose this one too, Professor. You know I will. Be sure you don't, Aliya. Robots are valuable things, Aliya. I want to know immediately if anything happens to this one. I hope that's clear. I told you about the message Remba sent. I'm pretty sure it was 6 he was speaking through. I should think it was. Time to go, mistress. Still have more to do here. The robot I met on the hideout Moon 6. It said something else strange. Yes, mistress. It said that darkness was coming. What did it mean? Sounded like a threat. I do not believe in spook threats, mistress. However, Master Remba did not lose his life out there without some cause. So you were really dug out of a wall on Iox? I believe I was removed from a wall. The exact events are hazy. Yeah, let's start exploring this place. The library.
The library is a quiet spot to think. Except when Huang's in there, which of course, he always is.
Aliya, you're back. Did you find Remba? Let's just say he's not coming back. Really? Did he go native in some wild moon? I've heard there are places out there where people get up to all sorts of things. He's dead, Huang. Oh. Are you sure? Quite sure. I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know him, but professors, they're supposed to die in soft chairs watching the fountain. Listen, Huang. What's this Messiah? Do you know anything about it? Have you ever heard the word Liset before? In 6, your head disappeared. Is Liset? No, I don't think so. But Aliya, what's wrong with your robot? 6. Who's be getting old? Mistress, my head. Do you know anything about an ancient observatory? An observatory? That's interesting. Let me tell you something I heard about Renaki. Renaki, where is it? You'll find it on the charts, it's no secret. I know of it, mistress. I was in Rinaki recently. Oh, it's the market moon. I know, me on a boat, you should have seen me. I turned green. You are never coming on the Nightingale. He's still looking at sex and I cannot make him look at the thing. Thank you, I would rather not. Anyway, on the boat there was a trader called Amadou. He was talking pretty expensively, if you understand me, about something he'd found. He called it, well, you asking me about an observatory? That's what Amadou said he'd found. I'm looking for a particular observatory. Not just any observatory. Oh, well. This one sounded like it was old. I thought of you. How old are these books of yours? Some are really old. But not, you know, not ancient. They date back to the first empress or so. But why aren't there any older books? I don't know. There just aren't. I suppose they were all lost in the fall. About Remba. Do you know what he was doing out there in the Nebula? I didn't know him. That's not what I asked. Aliya, are you alright? You seem shaken up. I just want to know what's going on. It doesn't make sense. End of it. Why did he go out there? Why did Miyari send me out there? Did you find where he went? I didn't, even more than him. If Miyari wanted something recovered, she should have asked me in the first place. I find things. I suppose she trusted Ramba. Thanks, Wang. Have you found any artifacts you want me to look at? Quite a few. I can make her look at them. The inscribed pen. What do you make of this pen? Can I? There's a compacted inscription. Yes, I can recognize a wording there. But I don't know what it means. I mean, there's only several words. Let This is a pronoun. It's no one. Did they have this word? What is the word for how? Let's look over this one again. Let no one remove what is written. Decorative pen. Let no one remove what is written. That makes sense to me. Thanks, Huang. Interesting. I've seen something else like that, I think. That was also inscribed. Now, where is that volume? Here it is. This was marked into a shipped antler stylus. It was found on a Renaki house months ago. I don't know if it's related, of course. It is the end of a longer line of text. Shipped antler styles, okay. That's interesting. Here, I can add my translation for here to my dictionary now. This symbol can mean ideas, yes. Truth, bread. Could be ideas, could be truth. Here, my truth makes sense. Kinda. Here, my ideas also make sense. I'm gonna go with ideas first. Shipped and antler styles. Here are my ideas. Do you have any more like that? Let me see. No, nothing comes to mind. Do you want me to archive the pen? Take it. Good fate to you. I'll be back shortly. Was that a good idea? I don't know. This game is weird. Books on all topics. Easier to hurt one's feelings if I said so. But these books are all recent. Most from the last 50 years or so. Are you ready to go yet, mistress? Don't hassle me. So, how did you end up in a hole on Iox? I have no idea, mistress. I do not know when I was buried or what I had done to deserve it. Professor Miari assures me it was part of the Great Loop. Aliya, I don't know you. Tell me, are you still wasting your time on your curious notions of history? What's so curious? Well now, your ideas are hardly wholesome. All that death and decay. You should devote yourself to a real science. Metallics, maybe. Loop philosophy. There is a 2,000-year-old statue on my RC. Did you know that? You can see the chisel marks from where it was carved. What a strange thing to say. Good fate to you, Aliya. May the waters light your way. I really hate her. I think you have understandable mistress, yeah. So, were you off while you were buried on Iox? Asleep? Is that why you can't remember it? I do not know, mistress. I cannot remember. Maybe the robotists wiped your memory after they dug you up. If I'd been buried alive for 100 years, I'd be mad. It was longer than that. 1,000 years, perhaps. But I cannot remember them. I wonder what else you used to know. Let's take a good look at this place. Doesn't it bother you that you don't know where you came from? I understood you were an orphan, mistress. Does that not bother you? Of course it does. But orphan children aren't like robots. They're common. Everyone knows how children get made. Indeed, mistress. Orphans are a waste byproduct. What the? What? What are the Chronicles of Mazwai that Huang is always reading? I believe Mazwai was a pilgrim sailor. She writes about the various places of the Nebula and about how the loop has acted in these places. Mazwai believes in the loop then. Mazwai is an original source for the hypothesis, mistress. As much as anything is a source in the loop, mistress. Master Huang says the book became common shortly after the establishment of the Holy Empire. It's kind of a Bible of sorts. I'm not seeing much to do around here. I found this necklace outside the Hermitage, but I don't know what these things are that it's made of. Shells, mistress, those are shells. What's a shell? A snail-like creature that lives in salt water, mistress. there are some in the tanks on Iox. Why would anyone make a necklace out of snails? I report on humans, mistress. I do not pretend to understand their foibles. Aliya, good fate to you. The robot you claimed you encountered after the hopper malfunction, mistress. It occurs to me it might have been a recording. A recording of what? Of whom, mistress? Ramba was a skilled roboticist. He may have found a way to store a recording and force it into my core. It was a message, not a recording. I spoke to it. They are the same, mistress. Messages such as the professor sent you are not live connections. They are recorded personality states. As am I, mistress. There must be a Rebesque foil nearby good to resonate on a hopper's frequency. In short, for whatever reason, Ramba went to a lot of trouble to speak to you, mistress. A Rebesque foil. No question on what is a Rebesque foil? What's a Rebesque foil? You have never seen the internals of a robot then? So first part of a robot? What is... I have, but it wasn't labeled. Oh my. Arabesque foil is a small scrap of metal inscribed with enormous detail, like one of your fingerprints. There he is. Maybe I can get something else from him. Show him a text. I uncovered a roll of paper you might want to look at. Let's see now. There's an inscription. Read it as read this book and laugh until you weep. Yes, you think to write on laugh? Okay. I really should have come here more often. I'm glad you agree. Read anything good recently? I've been indexing mostly. Aliya, about Ramba. Did you tell me Arya already? Yes. How did she take it? Coolly. She was never going to cry on my shoulder. She seemed almost indifferent. Really? You know, I always thought she didn't like him. He always got the worst rooms, you know. The post-lunch lecture slot and the smallest desk. Maybe she just wanted me to make sure he was dead. I'm sure she cares about all that stuff here. Maybe she was interested in something else. Maybe she was interested in something else. Rainbow was doing some interesting exploration when he died. You have such a scheming mind, Aliya. Show him a text. Discover something you might enjoy. Let's see now. There's an inscription. I read it as God save those who follow. You know, I'm sure you're correct about who. But who I'm correct about? Thanks, Wang. Show him another artifact. Made a few finds recently. Oh yes? The etched scratched coin. Take a look at the scratched coin. Let me take a look at that. There's a fragment of an inscription. I read it as "Do not deny me." Yes, I think you're correct about deny. Deny. I'm glad you agree. Now, we've seen something a bit like that, if I remember right, and it also had some script. Let me see now. Yes, this is it. It's a picture of a circular coin. It was found adrift in the wash near Elboreth back in my mother's time. Whew, numbers. This one is a broken piece from an even longer phrase. B. No, that doesn't fit. Kind. For. What? Oh, you. I don't think it makes sense there. Those. Maybe those makes more sense. I don't think many makes sense. Lobs. I think I'll try to fail this. I give up. I'm going to have to come back to this one later. B looks kind for what then many does hold. Do you have more like that? Let me see. No, nothing comes to mind. I'll take the scratched coin to the archives then. Take it? Take it. Good fate to you. I'll be back shortly. Let's see. Do I have solvable inscriptions? I do. Do not deny me. God save those who fall. Alright. I lost him. Are you ready to go yet, mistress? Soon, not yet. Aliya, oh, not her again. Good fate to you. I can go up again. What do robots know, 6? When they're activated, I mean. Most things, mistress. They are unlike human children. They talk and move fluidly. Oh, he's coming back. And I'm keeping the brooch, but I'm showing him. But they don't know history. They don't know who built them. No, mistress. At least I do not. I can talk to him? Oh. See you soon, Huang. See you soon. Okay. The robots know. Mistress. What do all robots know? Perhaps you are thinking of the ethical core. Yeah, I can't talk to him anymore. Ooh, did I... Okay. See you soon, home. See you soon. Okay. Did I lose connection for a bit? I think I lost connection for a bit. Are you ready to go now, mistress? Soon, not yet. Because I want to stop. But I'll remark first. Robots know ethics, speech, but nothing that only they know. Perhaps robots once knew more than they know now. I'll save just now, good. Yeah, we can talk more. I've never understood Professor Miyari. You know, she brought me here from an orphanage on Nebula, and now she keeps giving me robots when I keep losing them. I really don't know what she gets out of it. Perhaps she likes to be kind, mistress. Miari? Kind? Have you met her? She's strong, she's principled. She's organized. She's fair. And she's as kind as a thunderstorm. Do you like other robots, 6? I have not spent much time with them. But you have met some. I feel they have always struck me as rather predictable. Is this just the exit, or is there something I can... But I do not have friendships with rotor robots, if that's what you mean. A few other robots might help you want to understand yourself. There is nothing to understand. Mistress, I do not wish to discuss this further. Really? Why not? I appreciate your understanding, mistress. Thank you. Oh. That thing. I haven't looked at that thing. Look at this thing, 6. Did you know it's the oldest thing in Iox? Or so they say. Evidently it is said to be a sundial, mistress. Was the sundial made here? Curious, of course, mistress, curiously enough. Why is that curious? It seems to me that the sundials could never have worked, mistress. At least not in this location. No light? I suspected whoever positioned this here did not realize how it was intended to function. So how do you know how the sundial is meant to work? It is apparent from the design, mistress. A child could comprehend it. Touch it. It's ancient. And yes, it is ugly too. Older than all the buildings here. Maybe the sundial isn't a timepiece at all. Could be could be a tombstone. Makes sense considering where I found the other one. Maybe there's an ancient king underneath it. I have not detected anything. I know, 6. People have already looked. Inscription. There's a few words in this one. I think that's more like palace. No, that's more like empire. Empire will not be separated. Not a long one, but I'm sure it translates as empire. Will not. I'm certain there will not as well. Divided, separated, yeah. The empire will not be divided. I wonder if anyone knew that was there. So, iolite crystals from the site of Remba's cache must have been mined during the Empire period to make things like that brooch Remba found. There might be some evidence of that work left. Or some artifacts from connected sites. If you put two of these things together, they make like a globe of sorts. Aliya. Good fate to you. Alright. Save just now. Nice. The exit to the ship's over there. But I'm calling it now. I finally went back to Iox. It was worth it. But I'm not sure if I did the right thing about for giving her the crown. I should have taken the crown as well, but okay. Things are working differently then. Alright then. So, I'll be back with Heaven's Vault next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Gym 3. Next Saturday, 3 p.m. I'll be playing more Shanty, Half Genie Hero. And Sunday, probably be playing more Minecraft if the server lets me join it. Which is... yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work. But yeah, for now, thank you guys so much for watching. I am the Plane Shifter, and I am phasing out. Bye.